is coming out as vice-captain. They've got a great chance now to really put Sri Lanka on the back foot. We've talked about Sri Lanka's middle order underachieving. I reckon the top order has underachieved as well. And so they're going to be under big pressure. Brett Lee, Nathan Bracken, Mitchell Johnsons, James Hopes and Brad Hogg in his last match at the MCG as well.
Now look at this. I think this is a guard of honour for Sanat Jayasuriya. Yes, it is. That's exactly what it is. A wonderful mark of respect by the Australians for one of the most fabulous cricketers that's ever played the game. He emerged on the scene in the middle 90s, converted to open with Ramesh Kalavitarana here in 96, and then, of course, took the World Cup by storm in 96, with Sri Lanka won, Heels.
Well, let's hope he shows us the same respect and tees off tonight, eh? Tees off this afternoon and peels off 120, 130 and plays to the potential we've seen through that magnificent career. He's obviously finishing up, and Pereira with him needs to support him very well and get some support around Sangakkara so that he can play naturally. We've seen him be so inhibited at times because he cannot afford to take risks. I want Sri Lanka to fire up and get Australia under pressure, give them some great pressure leading into this final series.
OK, Hills, thanks very much. There he is, Sanat Jayasuriya. What a lovely thing to be acknowledged by your opponents in the way that he has just been. Waiting for us in the commentary box are Richie Beno, Tony Gregg and Bill Laurie.
Thank you, Mark, and good afternoon to all our viewers right around the world. Good toss to win for Sri Lanka. It's fine, but very cool in Melbourne.
Probably the last time we'll see him play on Australian soil, certainly in an international match.
There he goes, and he goes long, he goes hard. Two bounces, that's four. That's the way he plays. Big roar from the crowd. It's none for nine.
Jayasuriya has been one of the greatest entertainers I've seen over the years. I've seen him play in England, make hundreds there, always dashing hundreds. I've seen him play out in Australia and do the same thing. I've seen him in World Cups, so he's had a tremendous career. Wonderful to watch.
With that strike rate and a very good average. Good curry to the keeper.
Yes, Richard, I'm sure you remember well that wonderful World Cup in Asia when the Sri Lankans won it back in 1996. He was player of the tournament there, ended up playing the final in Lahore. Wasn't that an exciting tournament? Both he and Kalavitarana opening the batting, and on occasions succeeding. On occasions holing out in the deep in the first over. I remember that happening on one occasion.
But Kalavitarana, when we first saw him, I think he came on the scene around about the time Warne started playing for Australia. He was, well, not only no respecter of bowlers, he was no respecter of anyone. Just got out there and first ball might disappear not just to the boundary but over the top of it.
This little Kalu, tiny little guy, a real little pocket dynamo.
It's a good call. That's very good running. Good late call. Fielder was on the back foot at a fraction at off.
This is his big hit over the offside. Boy, he does love it over the offside. Smashes it there, lots of bottom hand in that. He got underneath it quite a long way. Didn't quite go for six, but that's definitely not the place to bowl to him.
Jayasuriya goes bang. Third man's under. It'll go all the way, Lord. Yes, it does. It's caught it, but at six. That's what he does. Third man's on the rope, waiting for the catch.
Well, James Hopes took a really good catch there, but he had no option but to catch it outside the ground. It was on its way, left the middle of the bat, and just watch this go. Hopes gets to it, he catches it there, inside, but, well, I say inside, he hadn't touched the ground outside the boundary when he caught it, but he had no option. There's no way in the world that he could have done anything else. As it turned out, it's a pretty good catch.
There he goes, that's a better shot. This could go almost all the way over, off. One bounce. Well, we're seeing a guy at 46 to 150 Ks being hammered by a guy about 38 years of age in the G.
I think you better get ready to try and hook the next one. Brett Lee's not used to having this sort of thing done to him. A 6 over third man, and then almost a 6 over cover. Now, where's he going to bowl the next one? Perhaps a slower ball or a bouncer.
Tremendous timing, getting on the front foot as well with the bottom hand and whipping it over wideish mid-off position. This time he's rock solid in defence. That was 151 Ks, almost 152 Ks. He found the middle of the bat.
He's wonderful to watch. Sana Jayasuriya over years has been one of the most exciting players in the world of cricket. Played his first one-day international ever right here on the Melbourne Cricket Ground. Back in 1989, it was Boxing Day. And boy, has he entertained all around the world ever since then.
That's well played. Well, late cut down. I hope she's very deep, just a single. That was 150 Ks, but this is a wonderful little battle. Knocked over Pereira. Beautiful slower ball. All of a sudden, the old veteran's taking him on.
That's a solid single. He really did rock it out of the middle of the bat. He just stopped on that one, Jayasuriya, and there are signs of fantastic timing as well as that bludgeon approach that he's always had. So Tony Gregan Delory talking about the era from about 96 on, that World Cup, when it was Jayasuriya and Kalu who really got some swift opening stands going and changed the way one-day cricket was approached. And it was at that point that openers all around the world were trying to come up with aggressive style players, and that's the reason we've seen the likes of Gilchrist and Mark Waugh and these sort of guys open the batting for Australia over the years.